Megan Boswell's prison mugshot is out and jurors are speaking out. We're going to talk about it in today's video. Hello Sofa Squad and welcome back to the sofa. Psh, there ain't no sofa back there. Psh, but there's a Paul right here. My name is Paul if you're new to the channel. If you're not new to the channel, my name still is Paul. Okay. I am recording at the old studio. We are in the process of moving. So it's a little bit echoey. I'm trying to fix that, but this will be gone soon and we'll be in our new little place or whatever. So just bear with me a little bit if you don't mind. Now this is also going to be a very quick video, but several people sent it to me and I wanted to talk about it because I was like, ooh, I love this kind of stuff. And what this kind of stuff is jurors speaking out. What are they speaking out about? Their experience being on the Megan Boswell trial. Megan Boswell was recently convicted of unaliving her little baby Evelyn. This went on for years, this case, okay? Dating all the way back to 2020. So she was convicted. She's been sent off to prison. We'll put her mugshot up here in a minute, but first we're going to talk about the article about the juror. So I'm going to put it on the screen here and we'll just talk about it. Now I'm going to be looking at my notes and stuff right over here. So it says juror shares insight on Megan Boswell murder trial. And this is by Kristen Kwan. This is Monday, February 24th. This has come out just a little bit ago. Now let's go ahead and move to that next page. And what I want to do is just get down here to the second paragraph and I'll quote it. And they write, so he said he was initially uncertain about the 3M charges against Boswell until the closing arguments. DA Amber's closing arguments solidified his decision and gave him enough to convict. Now, they said once deliberations began, the jurors first voted on the M charges, reaching a unanimous decision. The majority of their discussion focused on Boswell's other charges. Now, it continues to go down here, and it says, reflecting on the defense's strategy, the juror said he thought the defense would have been better served if they hadn't thrown out multiple theories, and that he also felt like they were throwing stuff at the wall to make it stick. And the evidence, particularly the foil and crime scene photos, posed the greatest challenge for him during the trial. Now let's stop there and talk about that 1 second. So that was very interesting to me because I was curious once the jurors got in the back room. Yeah, they do the whole thing of like, hey, let's, take a poll here. And so it's relieving, number one, to hear, okay, yeah, we're all like completely guilty in that charge. Obviously, in some of these major complicated cases where there's numerous charges, that can take time. And I feel like that's what ended up happening here. They had to go through and just figure out all these other charges. Now, also that last line that they wrote about him saying that the difficult part was the tinfoil and the crime scene photos. I mean, God bless those people's heart and anyone in that courtroom who had to see what poor baby Evelyn was subjected to at the hands of her mother. I mean, that alone is absolutely traumatizing. I didn't even see that stuff. And this bothered me. The ones with kids always really bother me as, I know they do you as well. We talk about in the comment section and whatnot and amongst each other. And again, this case, it went on so long and the things that we learned in trial, I was just like, I cannot with this. Now let's go into the second page of the article here. In the beginning, it just talks about their daily routine. And he said, their whole day is like going to court, eating dinner, going back to the hotel. And they could call their family members under supervision and whatnot. Now it does sound like they had a little bit of like a moment of, levity by watching the Super Bowl together and kind of creating that vibe. Now, it does say in the third paragraph that he felt confident in the jury's decision and that he felt good about the decision they made and confident they got it right. Now, he did say that during sentencing, okay, so remember they had to vote on that too, initially split 6-6, but eventually reached a consensus that she should receive life with the possibility of parole, expressing hope that Boswell would make her life meaningful. So to me, reading into that, it sounds like almost like they're saying, if we give her a sliver of hope, maybe she'll do something with her life. Now, even then, so she will be very old before she could even be considered for parole, right? So that meaningful life will be a life spent behind bars for the most part. Now, also seeing the severity of what she did and the callousness of it and just honestly the carelessness of life, I think that if she does find meaning, it's best suited behind prison walls, right? I mean, the things that this baby went through is insane. And the level at which she tried to cover it up and pass blame onto others. Now let's get to some of the saucy stuff, okay? Let's look at that old prison mugshot, okay? So I'm going to put up on the screen here like her little prison thing that they do with her charges and whatnot. And you can see her thing. She looks very shell-shocked, like, and I'm sure this is, take away everything. I'm sure this is incredibly scary on the day of like going, she's been in the same place for 5 years, right? So she's shipped off to prison and that's where she's going to be. Now it does sound like this is like a holding place. In fact, let's take a look at where she's at right now. Now I'm going to put on the screen here a page from their website. This is the Deborah K. Johnson Rehabilitation Center. It is located in Nashville, and it says that it serves as the primary diagnostic center for females in Tennessee. It has a capacity of 817 inmates, and it houses female offenders with custody levels ranging from minimum to maximum, and it does house Tennessee's only death row inmate right now, female death row inmate. Now it also says down at the bottom here, we'll go to here, it says through community partnerships, they offer associate's, bachelor's, and master's degree programs through Lipscomb University, an associate degree program through Tennessee Higher Education Initiative and Nashville State Community College, computer information technology and cosmetology certifications, and the best Building Entrepreneurship for Success in Tennessee program, which empowers individuals with the knowledge of starting their own business upon release, gives them the knowledge of being great employees and giving back to the community. Now, yes, most likely she would never need that last thing, right? However, all of these things there show me she can definitely stay busy behind bars and do plenty of stuff. And who knows, I mean, this is a lifetime to be spent. So she's starting off at the level that we've seen her at, right? One would only assume that there is nothing like, could she fall farther beneath that? I mean, maybe, I don't know, right? She chooses to be incarcerated and kind of go the Susan Smith way of, well, let me sleep with all the guards and do all this crazy stuff. Well, there you go, right? But what I'm saying essentially is they have created a place where it sounds like you can lead the horse to water. It's up to her to drink from the trough. Okay. And I think, again, this is the best place for her. You don't go from taking your baby, doing whatever she did, placing her in that garbage can the way she did, and then just going about life like nothing kind of happened, right? I think maybe she thought she was going to have a Casey Anthony moment, and thank God she didn't. The jury saw through that. Okay. Very quickly. They returned this verdict very quickly. I'm sure regardless of whatever it is, when you're on a case like this as a juror, a huge high profile case, and one that's involving, children and just horrifying imagery and whatnot, over here, like, armchair or whatever, it's like, yeah, send her out back or whatever. Yeah, but to be a person on that jury, to have to sit through and listen to this and watch this person and make that judgment call is a huge, huge, huge thing to do. And so my hat goes off to the people who serve in these juries for the cases that we watch and the jobs that they do, because it's tough. It's easy to sit on my sofa and make opinions and whatnot, right? But at the end of the day, people like this juror, they wanted to remain anonymous. They're putting in the work and doing it. So, and of course, my hat's off to them, like, for coming back with the biggest sentence, right? Okay. Next to no parole. But again, she's going to be so old by the time that comes up, you might not even live to be as old as, I think it's like 70 years old or something like that. I mean, think about, it's a blessing if you can even live to be that old, right? So we'll see. Anyways, that's it. I know this is a short video, but I just wanted to come and talk about it, take a look at all that stuff, and my prediction, we'll be hearing about her in the headlines, okay? I don't think she's going to get to prison and just change her life at all. The fact that she didn't plea out is signal enough for that, okay? She chose to go to trial, which I get she had nothing to lose, so might as well, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, look at how many people had to see these horrible images. Look at how many people she put through the pain and suffering, including baby Evelyn, obviously. So anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I do appreciate if you're still watching. If you could, while you're down that comment section, drop some little sofas off, maybe even little decorations or something for in here. Get Lord Almighty. But if you could, drop a sofa off for Rosco and Spirit, Bo and Luke, and the rest of the Sofa Squad, so we have a place to sit, talk about this case and all the other ones we do talk about here at the Sofa Squad. And until we all meander down there and gather on down there in that comment section, I'll see y'all soon. I just wanted to say thank you again for watching the whole video, and also thank you for being part of the Sofa Squad. Special thanks to all the Patreon members, channel members from both of my channels, everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, comments in the comment sections. It helps the channel out so much. Now, don't forget, I do have that other channel, the podcast channel. That's where we go live, we hang out, we talk. We have kind of sort of a schedule, but just be sure and check it out. I'll put it up here on the screen. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to follow me and Rosco on the Instagram, go on, check it out. It's right here on the screen again. But once again, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being part of the Sofa Squad, and I'll see you in the next video.